Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
The following program is paid for by Learfield Bobcat Sports Properties.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Hello, 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 and welcome to our final Cat Chat of the year. We are live at Montana's Rib and Chop House. First of all, can everybody in the house hear us all right? We're sounding good back there. You can hear us clear? All right, we'd like to hear that. Well, hello once again, and it's our final Cat Chat of the year. Big Sky Tournament seating, all of that is set. We're going to jump into all of that. We're through our senior days, and we're going to have an opportunity to talk to a couple of our student athletes today. We'll talk to freshman Isobel Bunyan later today, and we will also talk to Robert Ford III, who is here, celebrated on senior day yesterday. So that's who we'll be talking to today, along with women's head coach Tricia Binford, and we've got men's head coach Matt Logie with us now. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing great. Doing great.
Yeah, it's a long grind and a long slog and lots of ups and lots of downs, but last night at the Brick was certainly an up. How about that crowd? How about that atmosphere? I mean, just absolutely tremendous. Great game, great win for Montana State to end up finishing 9-9 in Big Sky play. So got the 5 seed, which means the men are tipping off at 5:30 p.m. on Monday out in Boise. Again, that's 5:30 p.m. Monday in Boise with a rematch against Weber State. The women are tipping off at noon on Monday, and they have Northern Colorado. The women are the 4 seed. So that's what's coming up in the Big Sky tournament next week. But, Coach, man, last night, what an atmosphere, what a moment. We wanted everybody to come out. We've been talking about it. We knew this senior class and Rob Ford and John Olmstead deserved that, and they certainly delivered last night.
Yeah, they did, and what a special night. I had the privilege to be a part of quite a few senior nights over the years, and that one has to rank right at the top of the list just for the the magical environment and just the magic that happened. To be able to send those guys out on a high like that and send our Bobcat fans into Boise and then into the off season after our season concludes with that memory was certainly a real joy.
Well, in show business, it's always good to leave them wanting more, and I think everybody wants some more after that game. And, you mentioned John Olmstead. We'll get into Rob here, too, in a little bit. But, I mean, what an incredible run here over the last 2 games for John Olmstead. So, for the men, the win against Idaho, the very tight, contentious loss at Eastern Washington in overtime, an incredible ball game, albeit with the wrong score at the end there, and then the win against Weber State. Weber ends up getting the 4 seed as with the loss against Montana State yesterday. But John Olmstead, man, had to step up as Brandon Walker got ejected in that game at Eastern Washington, and now here he is. He's put up 30 points in the last 2 games. He put up a 13-0 run, basically, at 13 straight points in the key run of this win on Monday. That was a magical run that Olmstead had in the middle of the second half.
Yeah, it really was, and it's really storybook stuff. You're talking about a guy who, had opportunities here and there throughout the year and had stretches where he didn't get a chance to play and continued to work and continued to come to practice every day with a great attitude and support his teammates and keep preparing himself mentally and staying sharp. And then obviously, Brandon – gets ejected from the game, and we need him big time. Chica sprained his ankle on Thursday against Idaho, and so in steps John, against the regular season champs on the road with a great crowd, and executed the game plan, played with great confidence, kind of broke through, and then to be able to piggyback that on senior night with the way he did with that run that you mentioned, 13-0 run. Was just magical. It was really something that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
And, I don't know that he has that run without what Eddie Turner was doing. I mean, Eddie is on an absolute heater right now. He has been tremendous. He looks confident. His vision is impeccable right now. And he seems to be playing with so much grace, so smooth right now. And he was orchestrating that whole thing.
Yeah, he really was. He was able to really read the defense in some of our ball screen packages, and whether that was, hitting John for a finish, making the next pass. He really just kind of orchestrated our offense down the stretch, and we got really high-quality shots in the last 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. And, Eddie Turner has really been pouring it on here lately. And in this game, for Eddie Turner, he had another 6 assists, only the 5 points, but he was just distributing so much. The other part about what John is doing right now, he had 5 assists and 1 turnover in this game. I mean, he's on a stretch right now where these last 2 games where he's been playing so well, I mean, he's really seriously distributing the basketball. 8 assists, 2 turnovers in 2 games for a big man like that. You don't see that every day.
No, and I think that speaks to his discipline and his intelligence for the game. He really understands the big picture and where his teammates are around him and executes his job within that framework. And so, who knows, maybe I've got to play him at the point center here from now on.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about, too, the growth here, because, it's not like this totally came out of nowhere. I mean, it did in a lot of ways, but at the same time, we did kind of see it building, right? Like when he came in late in the Montana game in Missoula, he immediately dove down on the floor for a loose ball, laying out in front of the bench. He started to get some more run against Portland State. So we kind of saw this build a little bit. But bring us into practice. When did you see him maybe starting to flick the switch here? Was there something you were seeing that he was doing in practice on the floor that said, okay, he deserves a little more run right now?
Well, I mean, that's kind of been the unique thing about his journey is he's practiced consistently, throughout, and he's got a nice fluid jump shot, which we've now seen, with the lights on, that you see in shooting drills and you see in dry offense and in practice. He's obviously got great length in protecting the rim and finishing, what we call raindrops or alley-oops, and then obviously, he's got a pretty fluid body in terms of his ability to run the floor and move. But for John, it was really about breaking through that practice to game barrier. You're talking about someone who spent 4 years of his career with kind of a scout team hat on as a walk-on at Arizona State. And I think it was really just about breaking through that barrier and getting the confidence that, even with 4,000 raging Bobcat fans in the arena, he can make those same plays and do the same things and just stick to it and let the results be the results.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, man. That crowd was awesome. How many people here tonight were at that game yesterday by a round of applause? Go ahead, give it to us. Yeah, that's a good amount. And, it was phenomenal. And when people say that Bozeman and Montana State are different, that night, last night, is what we're talking about. When people are there supporting this team through the ups and downs. No fair weather fans here when you show up like that over this last 2-week stretch.
No, it's been phenomenal, and obviously last night being on ESPN2, the national exposure that provided for our program. I got messages from coaching friends and family friends from all over the country that were watching the game that were just blown away by the support, and my simple response was, I tried to tell you, this is a special place, and these people really care about Bobcat basketball, and we're excited to continue to build on that.
I like to. It had a football crowd vibe where people got quiet on offense and then really, really loud on defense. That helps, right?
Yeah. Well, we've had a few situations this year where our players have come back to the huddle and said, "I couldn't hear you, coach. I couldn't hear you," which is obviously a great thing, but. It is nice when we can, play both ends of the coin and be a little bit more organized on offense.
Yeah, a lot of fun. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll dive into this matchup as we get going for the Big Sky Tournament, which is starting on Monday for both the men's and women's basketball teams, and later we're talking with Isobel Bunyan and Robert Ford. All right, we're taking a break. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond. Bozeman Health.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up.
Join the Town Pump Fountain and Coffee Club with Pump It Up rewards. Buy 5 of any size fountain drink or coffee and get your 6th free. It pays to be a Pump It Up rewards member. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
We are back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. We remind you that at Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. In a little bit, we'll talk with Rob Ford and later Isobel Bunyan as we dive into some women's basketball. But, Coach, coming off this win, obviously that Eastern game, I do want to touch on the Eastern game just a little bit. It was obviously an incredible environment, very contentious, have to stand tall. Brandon Walker got the ejection for the light contact, but above the shoulders with Casey Jones, and we saw some other things in that game, but, man, that was just one of those games where it was an incredible atmosphere, a lot of fouls, so guys had to be very, very careful. Eddie Turner hits a massive shot at the end there to send us to overtime. In the end, came up 4 points short, but that was one heck of a ball game on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a great college basketball. It was a great college basketball game. You know, I thought our guys really handled a lot of adversity throughout the game. You know, going into the game a little bit short in the front court with Chica being out, and then to double down on that. You know, I thought our guys stepped up in a myriad of ways. Really executed the game plan well. Played with great tenacity, and you know, we're just a couple plays away. You know, a rebound here or there, loose ball here and there. Some free throws at the end of the half that might have been able to extend the lead, and you know that those are things that happen in the game. And but I couldn't have been prouder of our effort. I think our guys all understood that we played really good basketball that night, and so getting on the bus and driving back for the Weber game. You know, we were in good spirits and excited for the next opportunity.
Well, and really we've seen now 3 consecutive games where the offense is really, it seems to be humming. You know, you had 22 assists in this game against Weber State. That was a season high against a Division I opponent. Weber does struggle with really quality ball movement. They give up more assists than almost anybody in the conference, but it does feel like you guys have kind of turned a corner in terms of the ball movement right now. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, I think our guys have started to really embrace and kind of click on the offensive end in terms of understanding, how we can connect different concepts together and get the ball moved from side to side. And they've been an unselfish group all year long, but it takes time for that stuff to materialize. And fortunately, as we've been saying all year long, we want to be playing our best basketball in March, and they're really starting to know what that looks like now.
All right, so now you guys have really about almost a full week here to get ready for Weber State again. It's going to be the 4-5 matchup, 5:30 tip-off on Monday. We'll be on the air for that one at 5 p.m. Women play at noon that day in the quarterfinals. But, I mean, just, you kind of mentioned it on the TV show, which will air tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, that, you've been in a situation where you've played a team multiple times in a row, but, this is kind of a unique situation where, hey, you just played everybody, you just had the scouting report, you just broke it all down, but, what's it like getting ready this week to play a team you just played?
Yeah, it's different because normally when you go from playing somebody the first time to the second time, there's other games and other opponents in between. People are adding new wrinkles. Players are stepping up or coming out of rotations, and so there's change. Whatever changes between now and our next game, we won't find out until the lights turn on, either direction. So at the same token, by this stage of the process, most teams have an identity. Most players have a role. You're not going to change that in one fell swoop. There's minor things that you can do differently, but mostly it's about trying to do things better.
All right, well, that's what we're looking for the 5:30 p.m. tip-off on Monday in the quarterfinals. All right, Coach, you did it. You made it through a whole season of Cat Chat. Congratulations.
Well, you made it pretty easy on me, so I appreciate that.
I give them the questions beforehand. No, this has been great. We appreciate everything you've done through the ups and the downs, and I know everybody was highly rewarded on Monday. We're excited for the Big Sky tournament and beyond, and excited for what the future holds, Coach.
Thanks a lot. The best is yet to come. Go Cats.
No doubt. All right, head coach Matt Logie. We're taking a break. When we come back, Robert Ford III joins us. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The snow is falling and temps are dropping, Bobcat fans, so it's the perfect time to cozy up with heartwarming soups and comfort food. Elevate your kitchen game and create magic tonight with La Cuisine's premium cookware. Don't forget the secret ingredient, a new top-selling cookbook. Attend a cooking class and you'll learn how to make every meal a slam dunk. La Cuisine is Bozeman's boutique kitchen store, and we can help you create the perfect table with our curated Montana-made and European dining treasures. Discover the ideal blend of style and functionality at La Cuisine, 2405 West Main.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Shop House for Cat Chat. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Mr. Robert Ford III. Rob, how we doing? How we feeling?
Man, I'm good. Can't complain.
Good. How's the body holding up? You play as hard as anybody. How you feeling?
I'm good. It's just a little sore here and there, but we'll make it through.
That's good. If you're not sore, you're probably not getting enough minutes, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Well, what a year. On behalf of Bobcat fans, man, thank you. Thank you for your effort, for your hustle, for your energy, for your grind, just for being the man that you are. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
How special was last night? Tell me about that crowd and just what were the emotions like for you?
We had a great crowd. Our fans have been really great this year, in the past seasons too. In the moment of it, you just want to think about the game and trying to win, so you're not really thinking about all of it, but once everything ended, it kind of hit me. It was like, wow, it's my last time.
Yeah, last time
but,
break.
I tried not to think about it, just try to focus on the game, and we were able to bring out a win yesterday.
Yeah, well, and you're actually on the bench for really what was the biggest run of the game. John Olmstead had that great run. Eddie Turner was dealing out. What was it like having an opportunity to – I mean, look, you played so many minutes, but you're on the bench there with an opportunity to watch your teammates perform the way they did. How much fun did you have watching those guys perform like that?
I mean, it's great. It's great to see those guys get out there and, play really well. And, great. John had a really good – like you said, he scored 13 in a row. Eddie was playing really good. Jed, Sam – all of our guys, Brian, everyone stepped up. And when you have a team like that that's loaded, at any given moment, anybody can step up, make shots, be that, be the reason why we win that game.
Yeah.
So that's great to have.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to see. And, for Eddie Turner, first of all, remind us of your backstory with him. He's Seattle, you're Portland, but you guys did cross paths plenty when you were coming up, right?
Definitely, yeah. We played against each other growing up since we were probably fifth or sixth grade. So just seeing that, and then being able to be on the same team, we got closer than, no one ever thought we could. So it's great to have him here. It's great, that he's playing the way he is and we're playing the way we are as a team.
So you guys did play here and there and that sort of thing, but who do you think had the better record overall when you were coming up, playing against each other?
I'm always going to say me.
Well, here's
Can't
the thing.
go away from it.
He said you also when he was on the show, so you're right. You got backed up. But, no, I mean, look, the opportunity to play with him. So, he had told us that he had committed here before you had made the decision to come back. Yeah. Were there any conversations with him after he had committed? What was the lead up to that?
We talked a little bit. He was asking me was I going to be here on his visit, and I ended up going home to see my daughter that week. So I ended up not being there. But we had a little conversations. Me and most of the guys, that were coming in, so it was good to see who was coming in, people that I was familiar with, Brian Garacki, Eddie Turner, so it was good to talk to those guys, and we all kind of, as we seen each other commit back, we're like, all right, let's just do it.
Right, totally. Well, I think everybody here, respected your decision to enter your name in the transfer portal. It was before Logie got announced. We didn't know what was going to happen. You want to keep your options open. But what were some of those conversations? Who did you rely on, and what ultimately, when did it click for you that this is where you're coming back to?
I relied on my family, and people, I was close with. We talked with Coach, talked with, everyone close. And me and Logie sat down multiple times having conversations, and, he told me, I want you, back here. We want you to come and be a leader and help us get to, Big Sky. So, I mean, it was a kind of no-brainer of the feeling of, talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody is telling you the truth and feels like a family telling you that, and everything you told you happened. So, when you're dealing with that, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. That's amazing when people can just be honest and direct, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you've been through a lot in your playing career. You start 2 years at JUCO, 2 years over at Idaho State with a couple of injuries that second year. Kind of banged up when you got here as well and built that up. But now you're having the best year of your career. And it's all kind of come to fruition. You know, you've got a tweet pinned on your Twitter account. You know what it is? It's a little older. Yeah, you know, it's I'm coming for everything people said I couldn't have done or won't become.
Definitely.
You feel like you proved those people wrong?
And it's still a long journey.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody here would say and back you up, and they'll go fight for you and tell people that you proved them wrong now after this year.
Yes, sir.
But no, it's been fun to watch all of that, and now here we are. And you know, you kind of mentioned that, hey, we need, you know, Logie told you we needed you as a leader on this team. Tell me a little bit about what it was like, kind of developing into that leadership role. I mean, what kind of leader are you?
I think, you know, I lead by my actions. As the year went on, I started talking more. I started being more vocal, and that's, you know, me stepping out of my comfort zone. I've had to do that multiple times. But even last year, I feel like, you know, I was talking more, showing more about my actions. But this year was a big step forward of, all right, you have to use your voice. You're not going to use your voice, you know. It's kind of hard to talk to your players and tell them what you need from them, things like that.
Yeah. So, you know, we've seen that in terms of your voice and how you've been able to do that. And I'm sure one of the big pieces of the leadership role for you, too, is going through the ups and downs. I mean, look, there's been some low moments, but there's been some really high moments. How did you keep that perspective? What was it like after some of the tougher losses where, you know, you got to keep that perspective and keep guys locked in?
I think it's just coming together as a unit. I mean, after every game, you know, our coach would tell us and talk to us about, you know, all right, we got to, you know, keep our heads up, things like that. And I think it's everyone's approach to it. You know, the next day we're not coming in moping about it, you know, a game before or a play we messed up on. It's how can we get better today for our next game? You know, so I think that was an approach that helped us move along and for me to be able to be like, okay, well, let's just deal with what's next.
Yeah. Is there anything you would do after some of the tougher games to kind of clear the mind? I mean, look, you want to move on, but it is hard. Everybody's emotional. We all care. We all want to win every game. So were there any things you were doing consistently to wipe that mind clear?
I think, you know, just, you know, FaceTiming my daughter, talking to her, and being able just to get, you know, in the gym whenever I could. Like, the gym for me is a place where I can just relax and get away from everything outside of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, you finally it seemed like you finally stopped shooting after games. I mean, we all saw it. Anybody who was there for an extra moment or two last year, you were out there every game shooting, still in your jersey, still in your shorts, all that. When did you finally have to stop doing that with the minutes you're playing?
Coach Logie came up to me and kind of took the ball away. It's like, I can't get no more extra shots.
Yeah. Well, good. That's a coach's dream when the coach is taking the ball away from the player, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, well, here we are. We're on the cusp. We're at the end of it all. We do get another game against Weber State and hopefully a few more games down in Boise. But where are you in your academics and just kind of what's next for you?
I'm going to graduate this year with a, sports and science, coaching, kind of like a coaching degree. And then, my vision on is to go play professional.
All right.
That's where I'm kind of at with everything.
Yeah. What are the steps in that?
You got to sign with an agent. You got to do all the things right. And like you say, you got to play very well.
Well, he played great this last week throughout, and great to see you succeed the way you have this year, sitting on 999 career points through 99 Division I games. Good, nice round numbers for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, Weber State's up next. We're excited to see you go down there. And, again, on behalf of Bobcat fans, thank you for coming back. Thank you for the hustle, and nothing but the best as you move forward, Rob.
Sure. Thank you, guys.
All right, Robert Ford III. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're moving over and talking about some women's basketball. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Everybody in your crew identifies as either Big Mac Burger, McNuggets, or McCrispy Sandwich. But you're the Filet-O-Fish Sandwich all day. That crispy fish, that savory tartar sauce, that melty cheese, that pillowy bun. Yeah, you get it. Every time.
Now, BOGO for $1 has your crew covered with Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, and Filet-O-Fish. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for items equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Back on Cat Chat from the Ribbon Chop House before we visit with Isobel Bunyan. It's time now to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. You're listening to Cat Chat.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for our final Cat Chat of the season. We remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Shop their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com. All right, we've talked some men's basketball. Time now to flip over and talk some women's basketball. The women coming off a couple of games at home this last weekend, some more great crowds, a win last night at Weber State, getting ready for the Big Sky tournament. The women finishing 10-8 in Big Sky play, and they will be taking on Northern Colorado, noon tip on Monday for the 4-5 matchup. So Northern Colorado, Monday at noon over in Boise. All right, time now to be to introduce you to one of the many, many freshmen we have on this roster, Isobel Bunyan. Izzy Bunyan, how are we doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for joining us today. And you all just got back today, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What time did you guys get back?
About 12 this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not too bad. Sometimes it's very, very late or leaving very, very early. So all things considered, this one was okay?
Yeah, pretty smooth.
All right. How you been handling the travel? I mean, We've talked about it before. It's a grind of the Big Sky, but now that we're at the end of the regular season, how was the travel this year?
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. We've done a couple bus trips, which have been a bit long, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, what's your go-to? How do you pass the time on the bus? Have you figured it out?
I try and sleep or just watch a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any good movies you watched this year?
None, actually.
None. Every movie's been terrible.
All of them have been rubbish.
Yeah. Okay, well, so be it then. Eventually you'll find a good one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we've gotten through that, and it's been a heck of a season. You guys have been through so much, but got the win last night. Overall for you, how do you feel like the freshman season has played out for you?
Yeah, it's been really fun. It's been good to see my role develop over the season, and yeah, it's just been fun. It's been nice to be out here. It's different here, so that's been exciting to see.
Right. Yeah. You're from Wales, so that's a country just to the west of England, kind of northwest-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Is it kind of near the water too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Yeah, but is it like nice water, or is it like cold water?
It's like grubby water. It's
Okay.
very brown, and you
Yeah.
don't really want to swim too
Okay,
much.
so yeah, you're not like Southern California, like beach vibes,
No.
or like you guys went to Mexico. It's not the same
Not
thing.
the same as Mexico. no.
Okay, cool. So it's it's that kind of like grubbier water. But tell me a little bit more about just your hometown. What's it like? What kind of town is it? What should we know about it?
It's just a normal town, really. I live about 30 minutes away from the beach,
Okay.
20 minutes away from the city. So yeah, there's lots to do. It's pretty small, but there is still lots to do and lots of people.
Yep.
So yeah, it's nice. Nice communities.
Okay. How much bigger compared to Bozeman? About the same-ish.
It's probably the same. Like my town is probably the same, but then there's like another size of Bozeman next to it, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah,
So,
right, because you're a little bit closer to some other bigger towns.
It's like all smudged together.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's quite a drive to major metropolises from here.
Yes.
But so, how did you end up here? I mean, here we are in the middle of Montana, near the Rocky Mountains. I mean, had you been to the States before you came over here?
I'd been when I was little. I visited my mum's friends in New Jersey.
Okay.
But that was it.
New Jersey is very different.
Very different, yeah.
So what impressed you about Bozeman? I mean, why Montana State? Why Bozeman? Why are you here?
I just came on my visit, and the community was so nice, and I had lots of fun. It's very pretty.
Yes.
And yeah, everyone was really nice to me. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the crowds have been great. We see the community there. I mean, how special is it to be able to play in front of these types of crowds night in and night out?
Yeah, I love playing in front of the big crowds. It's so nice when you just know everyone there has your back. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah. So give us an insight on what the women's basketball scene is like in Wales. I mean, I think for all of us, we'd think soccer. So did you play soccer growing up?
I wasn't very good at soccer.
Okay,
no.
cool. Do you like soccer?
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can just leave it, though.
Well, there you go. All right, so soccer wasn't really your vibe. It wasn't the thing for you. So was it basketball right away, or were there some other sports that you were into as a kid?
So I played netball as well.
Netball?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's kind of like basketball, but you can't really dribble. There's like no backboard.
Interesting.
It's a bit
How big is the ball?
It's like a size 5 basketball.
Okay, so is that, I don't know, the size 5.
Is
that smaller than the women's?
It's
or
smaller than the women's.
Okay.
A bit.
So
and
between,
lighter.
bigger than a softball, but smaller than a women's ball. Okay, great.
So I did that, and then when I was like 14, I basically had to pick because the times kind of clashed with practice and stuff.
Right.
So I chose basketball.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, well, so when did you start getting into basketball? How did you get acquainted with it?
So my dad has like a basketball club where
Okay.
I'm from, so one day I was just like, okay, I'm going to come. It was mostly boys at the time.
Yep.
And then as I got older, the club kind of grew, and we had a big girls team. So yeah, he kind of introduced me to it.
Okay. Most great origin stories start with beating up the boys on the court.
Yeah, for sure.
So your dad was a part of this. So was he a basketball player then?
Yeah, he was a basketball player. He played for Wales. He was pretty good.
Okay. What kind of player was he? Post player, guard?
He was a big.
Okay.
Yeah, just a big body.
Yeah, big body, just banging around and
Yeah.
putting it in. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit different too. And actually, I'll have you move the mic up just a little bit there.
Sorry.
Perfect. There you go. That's a little different. I feel like the European game is so much more free flowing and wing oriented. So, but your dad was just a big bruiser in the front court.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot, but he was there. You know.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so your dad kind of got you into it. I mean, did you get a chance to go and watch a lot of basketball growing up?
Yeah, probably like more local games.
Okay.
Like you couldn't go to big like professional games or anything like that where I'm from.
Right.
So I would just go to like the older teams' games and watch those and try and learn from that.
Right. Okay. And so it just keeps on building and building and building. And how much was getting to the States to play Division I basketball a goal? I mean, when did that kind of come to fruition? You said, hey, I can actually go do this.
Yeah, probably when I was about 16, I was like, okay, like this is something I could probably do if I looked into it. So I kind of just looked into it, see if it was something I was wanted, and see if I could find something that fit and match my criteria for what I wanted. And then I did.
Right. Well, so what was some of your criteria?
I just wanted somewhere that I knew I could get better. I knew would push me somewhere different from where I'm from. somewhere with a good coach and good people. So yeah.
All right, I think we have all of that here in Bozeman, right? Yeah, I think that works. And then what are you studying? What are you looking at in terms of your studies?
So I'm undecided at the minute.
Anything in the running? Any classes you've liked?
Not really.
That's okay. Honestly, though, hey, look, I honestly did not like any of my classes my freshman year. I was not in broadcasting yet, and that's part of the learning process. You got to know what you don't like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's what college is for.
Yep.
All right, so you end up here. You're at Montana State, coming over from Wales. So you also played a little bit of the 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how many people are totally familiar with that, but some of the international game, particularly the women's game, is doing some 3-on-3 national type tournaments. So you were part of the Great Britain team, right?
Yeah.
U18. Okay. What's it like playing the 3-on-3 stuff? I mean, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. We went to a tournament in Hungary, the World Cup.
Okay.
But we didn't have really any previous practice or anything. We were kind of just thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
So we turn up and our first game is against China, and we just
And they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
They were really good, and we got obliterated. But as time went on, we got better, and we ended up beating Brazil in our last game, and it was pretty good. It's really fun. It's short and snappy.
Yeah.
So,
is it half court?
Half court, yeah. The ball is a size of a 6, weight of a 7.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So okay. So and what size is the women's ball?
Women's is 6.
Okay,
men's
but it was
is
a little
7.
bit. But it was a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that change things?
It's kind of hard. You're airballing your shots and stuff.
Yeah,
at the
just
beginning.
coming up short.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've had a lot of different forms of nets and balls between netball and 3-on-3, and now you're here at the Division I level, and getting it going and getting things rolling in the right direction as we head into Boise. But I do have to ask you about something else too about Wales. So you guys have a St. David's Day?
Yeah.
Okay, so what day is that?
It's March the 5th. So
okay,
it was
so just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
What is that? Nobody here would know what that is.
I don't really know either, to be honest. We kind of make Welsh cakes, which is a little scone thing.
Okay, like you put blueberries or
currants or raisins.
Oh, carrots and raisins. Okay.
Yeah. And then the little children who go to school wear these traditional outfits.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of nice.
Were the you would have worn them. Were they comfortable? Did they feel goofy, or did you like them?
No, they're kind of goofy. It's like a pinafore and check things. I don't know.
Okay, so you're done with that. You're good not having
you won't see me in one.
Okay. Did you do anything to celebrate over here, just as a little taste of home?
No, I didn't. I just looked at pictures of Welsh cakes from my mom and was just okay.
Well, there you go. That counts. That's enough for your mom.
Yeah.
And hey, who knows? Maybe within the next year or two, we'll see you making little scones with carrots in them and handing out to the teammates.
Yeah.
All right. So that's St. David's Day. Didn't know about it. Now we do. So congratulations. Finally, though, your teammates going through senior day. Obviously, that was a heartbreaker of a game, but an incredible game as well. Hey, if you can take care of business on Monday, there's a chance to get Eastern Washington again, but that's a few steps down the road. But just tell me about the example that's been set by Madison Hall, Taylor Jansen, and Caitlin Lamardo. What's it like learning from those seniors throughout the year?
Yeah, it's great. They're just so consistent, so reliable, great to be around. So yeah, us freshmen are learning a lot. We all look up to them heavily, and we rely on them. And so yeah, it's really nice to just play. They're great leaders, so we really look up to them.
Yeah. So they've been great leaders. You've learned from that, but you've played as much as you have. Natalie Picton has played a ton this year. So now you're kind of in a little bit of a leadership role with those other freshmen as well. Is that what it feels like? Not really?
Yeah.
You're still trying to figure out your own stuff?
Yeah, I'm not much of a leader, but I'm working on my communication skills. So,
okay, hey, you're only a freshman. We're just getting started. But what is it like between all of you guys as freshmen? I mean, maybe not a leader, but at least a teammate. So, what's it like bonding with the rest of that freshman group going through what you guys are doing?
Yeah, it's just so nice that we get to do it together and just go through this whole process as a group. We're all learning. We all want to get better. So it's nice that we're in it together and we can do this process along the next 4 years together.
Yeah, well, in the future, pretty bright here, too. I mean, it's got to be fun playing with that type of size at this level. Is that fun?
Yeah, it's really nice. The length is pretty crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Does it allow you to kind of play and tap into that European style a little bit, too, since it's kind of positionless?
Yeah, the speed, you're just open to do what, you need to do.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Okay, so, well, it's been a lot of fun. I know people are excited to see you continue to develop and see what this freshman class has in store for us. It's been a heck of a year, and we know it's a very, very high ceiling as we go forward. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the insight, and thanks for working so hard. Can't wait to see what develops down the road.
Thank you.
All right, Isobel Bunyan, freshman for the women's team. All right, we're taking a break. We've got our final segment of the year. Head coach Tricia Binford joins us after this timeout. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc.
Thanks, Trevor.
outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps,
All
trade show
right,
booths
last
and graphics,
giveaway of
promotional
the
products,
year.
and much more.
We've got
if you can think it, we can
Bobcat
ink it.
cap,
We are a proud
gray
supporter
hat
and
with a
corporate
cat head
sponsor of the
logo,
MSU
tote
Bobcats.
bag
Like us on
with
Facebook
a map
to see some
in
of our
case you
cat
get
wraps.
lost.
Ready
That's
to
not a
build
map,
your
it's just
brand?
random
Think Inc.
Montana
and call us at
things.
406
And another gift card.
6462 or visit us
Here we
on
go.
the web at
Read the last four
inkoutside.com.
numbers. Get this going. Grab your raffle tickets. Ready
is a
to
proud
go.
supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a
Last
locally
four
owned
numbers.
company, we believe the benefit of buying
1417.
local helps support the local
1417
economies in
right here in the
Southwest
poncho
Montana.
seats.
Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town and Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves Southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit
I
your
had a
local
sense
Town
that
and
that's
Country
the thing.
Foods today.
I've
Go
had plenty of
Cats.
quiet players. I do find, like,
Bridger
when you have a
Brewing
quieter
is home to
player,
award-winning
like,
locally
if you
crafted
ask the
beer and
really
pizza,
simple
and is
questions
proud
and
to
build up.
support all
Like,
things
yeah, I know her.
Bobcat
I know she's
sports.
from Wales.
Open
I
11
know
a.m.
X,
to
Y,
9
and Z
p.m.
about it.
daily.
But
Last
it's,
beer served
hey,
at 8 p.m. And
so you're from
located
there?
right across from the
Yeah.
Brick
Like,
Breeden
play
Field
dope.
House. Stop
Like,
by
I don't know
after the
anything.
game today to
It
enjoy
almost
a
sounds like I
cold-brew
don't
beer
prep,
and a slice
but
of made from
I
scratch
know it's gonna go
delicious
somewhere.
pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering
Yeah.
for takeout
Well, she
are
spoke
both
at her
available.
Fast
Check
Break,
out
Fast
BridgerBrewing.com
Break
and
meeting.
at
It's
Bridger
so
Brewing
great.
on
Yeah,
Instagram
that's
and
what Daniel said.
Facebook. And stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks,
really sharp.
Montana.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery,
hard
and
watching
service
you guys
that
games
improves
this week with all
lives.
this travel and
You'll
stuff we
find
had.
our
Like,
students
I was
teaching
trying to,
across
cram
the
it in, you know?
conducting research in the
Gosh,
heart
guys
of
played
Yellowstone
so
National
well.
Park,
Ugh.
or even creating small shelter
So
prototypes
rewarding.
to address
Yeah,
homelessness.
for sure.
Montana State University. Think outside.
Well, you know,
The
I
snow
hear it
is
from the
falling
fans,
and
too. I'm
temps
sure
are
you do,
dropping,
but, you know,
Bobcat
after a
fans, so
down
it's the
game,
perfect
people are
time
like,
to
"Oh my
cozy
gosh,
up with
guys, well,
heartwarming
guys,
soups
even
and
earlier,
comfort
guys, there's
food.
gonna be-
Elevate your
it's gonna be
kitchen
great
game and
moments.
create magic
Yeah.
tonight with La
Ride
Cuisine's
the lightning.
premium cookware.
Yes,
Don't
that
forget
one
the
stunk.
secret ingredient,
Okay,
a new
fine.
top-selling
But you know what?
cookbook. Attend a
There's
cooking
gonna be
class
more
and you'll
fun
learn how
moments
to
down
make
the stretch.
every meal a
Just trust
slam
me.
dunk. La Cuisine
So,
is Bozeman's
glad
boutique
you guys all
kitchen
proved me
store,
right.
and we can help you create the perfect table with our curated Montana-made and European dining treasures. Discover the ideal blend of style
All
and
right.
functionality at La Cuisine, 2405 West Main.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
We are back one final time at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for our final edition of Cat Chat this year. And if you want some more basketball talk, we do have the Bobcat Insider television show. That airs tonight at 7:30, Wednesday and Friday as well at 7:30 on MTN. So if you want some more hoops talk and getting ready for the Big Sky Tournament, we've got those airing with myself, both coaches, and Grace Lawrence, who's in the house as well today, my TV partner and co-host. So she's been doing great work, not just covering hoops here, but also covering everything, really, I mean, across the state of Montana. There's a lot to cover. So just want to give Grace a shout-out for everything she's done with us on that. And we are joined now by head women's coach Tricia Binford. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing great. We're back in Bozeman.
Yes, got back at about noon today, and now we're here for the final show. And you getting your meal? What'd you order tonight?
You know, I got the Chop House burger. I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
So
Have
that's
you
my
made it-
first with the burger.
Yeah, have you made it through the whole menu now?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay.
It's been great.
Yeah. There's a big menu here, delicious food. So
Absolutely.
if you're
So
looking
good.
for some more great food, the Ribbon Chop House has you
Ribbon
covered.
Chop, that's right.
All right, so here we are. Big Sky Tournament next on tap. Finished 16-15 in the regular season, 10-8 in Big Sky play. Finished second in the league in attendance this year as well, which is always exciting. So
Great
kudos
crowds.
to you all.
Thank
Yep,
you,
no
Bozeman.
doubt. So that's always exciting to see. But, the 2 losses over the weekend, get the win yesterday at Weber State. I want to go back to after the Idaho game. So it was a tough game. Sounded like you were kind of ready to challenge the team a little bit after that game when I heard you on the post-game interview. So how did you coach after that game on Thursday?
I threw Izzy into it, had her take over Friday's practice, and no, I'm just kidding. We definitely challenged the team. And Thursday we looked fatigued, to be quite honest. It was, the tail end of the season. We've had a very tight roster, not a lot of legs, and we decided we really challenged them that a lot of people are tired this time of year. We got to create and find some energy, and they certainly did for their seniors. And we had a tremendous crowd to play off of, and that ball just didn't bounce a couple ways. Whoever was going to have the ball in their hands at the end of that game is probably going to finish it. And, we're sitting here 6 days later after 3 games and found a way on the road last night. So we're going to turn the corner here.
Right. I mean, we did see certainly some very good defense in that game against Eastern Washington. They're the outright Big Sky champs. They're the number 1 seed in the Big Sky tournament. And, I mean, really both of those games against Eastern, they went 16-2, 26-5 this year. They had an incredible year, except when they were playing you guys. You won over there. They win on really what was a circus shot. Tell me a little bit about what you guys were trying to do defensively after Madison Hall hit the shot. What were you guys trying to do defensively? Because that looked like it was a really high degree of difficulty shot she made.
Well, yeah, if I could go back, I would have defended it differently. At their place, we went in zone. We had talked about Loetta's going to have the ball in her hand. She's going to take the last shot. We don't want her taking the last shot. We were trying to get the right person to switch on her because we knew that she was either going to get a handoff or a ball screen, and certainly came off the ball screen. We had some good size on her with Taylor, and she definitely hit a really tough shot. The biggest thing is you want to make somebody else take that shot. So, we'll get those things corrected. That one's on me. The players, they did so many things right, and really after the game we had to remind them that that's a victory in way more ways than what the final score said. So just really proud of the group, how they bounced back from the Thursday game to how we defended Eastern Washington, and we really battled. The crowd was tremendous. I think we got tacos that night. They really caused some free throws to be missed for Eastern, and the crowd was just a big impact for us as well.
Yeah, and it's amazing too, talking to your players, Logie's players, and even the football guys during the fall and some of the other athletes we've had. I mean, it's almost unanimous. Every time I ask them, why Montana State, how'd you get here, they talk about the community support, how nice everybody is, and what those crowds are like. I mean, it's a real impact when you're recruiting.
Yeah, and when you get your student athletes to their senior year, they will all tell you, I did not realize this when I made the decision initially, how much. They know that we've talked about it, they've seen some, but until you're invested and you're supported and they're having you over for home-cooked meals and they're doing all of this to support you, by the end of their careers, they really always go back to that as far as that being a major piece of why it's such a special place.
Yeah, it's also got to be kind of interesting, too, seeing players watch their priorities change. They think they want something as a freshman.
For sure.
How drastic is that journey?
Yeah, I'm like, it's really important. You grow. There's so many challenges, trials, adversities that you're going through with a group of people over the course of your career and in your academic future and how you're growing up. And, your priorities become people and relationships and how you're growing and bringing out the best in each other.
Well, you certainly brought the best out of a couple of your players over at Weber. Got the 67-65 win, a 2-point victory. Mara Dykstra, again, was just a boss. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 of 15. She continues to play brilliantly. 31 minutes as well, logging some big minutes. She was big time, and she's going to be big time, or need to be big time when we get to the Big Sky. But she was great in this game. She was,
and she has really stepped into somebody beyond the playmaker for everybody else. I'm like, she's been that kid that can put points on the board, and we talked about it in the spring, but she's always wanted to facilitate and get everybody involved. But her point production has vastly increased because she knows that's something we've needed. And she's just a really tough matchup in the Big Sky for her ability to stretch the floor. She's got such a great first step, and now she's looking to take her shot. I think the biggest takeaway, even to back up to the Idaho game, Idaho really sagged off of everybody. outside of a KJ and, in a Maddie Jackson. And after the game, we're like, we're at the time of year that we are not second guessing good looks. And Mara was one of those kids. We're like, that is a shot. That is a rhythm shot that we expect you to take, and your teammates are ready for you to take that. And I thought that was a big difference going into the Weber State game for us, because they came out and zoned most of the game, and we were not expecting a lot of zone, and everybody was shot ready, and that was the best we've shot the three all year.
Right, yeah, you had 10 3-point makes against Weber State. Against Idaho, you had 8 3-point makes in that game. So you feel like just encouraging them to take those open shots was the difference in the 3-point shooting?
Yeah, offensively, that has been the inconsistencies for us this year, and we're at the final end that there should be not a second thought as far as what a great shot is for us as a group and how we share the ball. And I feel like the last couple games we've established that rhythm. The third quarter against Eastern Washington, some special things started to develop, and so I like where things are heading there. And Mara really inserted herself in that Weber State game and got our team going. But the guard play, I thought, really stepped up as well.
All right, well, here we go. It's Big Sky tournament time. The men are tipping at 5:30. The women tip at noon. All of that is on Monday. First of all, how are you guys using this week? So you just played the 3 games in 5 days. Just coming off the game yesterday. Don't have to leave until Saturday. So what's the plan this week?
Yeah, the thing that we like about the Monday game is just a couple extra days to recover.
Yeah, 2 days.
So we definitely, with our tight lineup and we're somewhat banged up, it does give us some recovery time there versus if you're playing on a Saturday or Sunday, you've got to speed that turnaround up. So definitely going to take advantage of that, the lifting, the recovery there. And also just really sharpening everything up. We're going to spend some time on the last 2 minutes of situations, given what the last 2 minutes of our game looked like yesterday. But just, like end-of-game scenarios, situations, because that's tournament time. Yep. Most games in tournament are not going to be as high a scoring number. You've got to be really, really good defensively, and you've got to finish quarters well. You got to finish end-of-game management well. And with a young team, that's going to be a tremendous focus for us.
All right, so the matchup is you guys as the 4 seed, UNC as the 5 seed. So you guys split the regular season meetings, a loss over there when Mara Dykstra was unable to travel. She was banged up. Ella Johnson started that game. You had to play all 5 starters through the full fourth quarter. You get the full complement of players back to play them in early February. You win that one. Defense was great, holding to 2 3-point field goal makes in that game. Madison Hall had 19 points. So what are you guys looking for as we get set for this matchup with Northern Colorado?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is now it's neutral site,
Yep.
And you've got to have one more point than your opponent to move on. I'm like, my dad gave me a really great wisdom growing up as far as when I got into coaching is if you score one more point than your opponent, you'll be in the national championship game. So we are going to make sure that we defend across the board. This team, once they cross half court, they've got some shooters that really stretch the floor. So we're going to really get after defending the 3 ball, but we also got to get after the post play. They got posts that can step up and rebound the ball and get out and run. We are at our best when we're running the floor and we're moving this ball, and I don't want our kids overthinking. I want them attack-minded on both ends.
All right, I love it. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun again for the women at noon. Daniel Sally will have the call at 11:45 a.m. Should give our boy Daniel Sally a big shout-out. Yes, sir. He's been on the podcast with us during hoops season. He handles all your travel, and just want to make sure we appreciate Daniel and all he's done this year.
Yes, we do, and he takes good care of his boss, so he is the all-everything resume.
Yes, sir. All right, so we appreciate that. We appreciate our man Roger Wexelberg, who's been here all year, our general manager, for everything he has done as well. We thank you to all of our staff here at the Ribbon Chop House. They've really supported us and helped us grow the show. And how about the crowds all year here,
Thank
Coach?
you, everybody. The crowds have been phenomenal. This is a special place, and these evenings have been great.
Yes, so we appreciate everything you guys have done, and we look forward to being back again next year. Trevor Nominuk has been our producer in the studio throughout the year, so we appreciate Trevor. And finally, we thank you to our student athletes. Thank you, Izzy Bunyan. Thank you, Rob Ford, and all the student athletes we've had. We have had such an array this year. It's been great.
Yes, it has. And go Cats, right? Let's go. Let's bring this to Boise.
Sounds like a plan. So the women are at noon. Men are at 5:30 on Monday. For the final time this year, this is Keaton Gillogly saying so long from Montana's Ribbon Chop House. You have been listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.